Right, wrong, and really? This week, I'm going to start out with the rights. I was right about the Texans. If you start any of them against Buffalo, you're probably regretting it. And kind of saw it coming. I mean, even Brandon Cooks, I was like, they're going to focus on Cooks, and he's not really going to get going, and that's kind of exactly what happened. Davis Mills is terrible. There's nothing getting around that. This was always my fear preseason when I was mentioning this, that I was thinking that David Coley was going to try to bring Mills in to get him some experience if the Tyrod experience wasn't going. Well, now he was forced to do that, and we're seeing how bad Davis Mills actually is. So I don't start any Texans for the foreseeable future.
In Mills' defense, the Bills' defense is also really good, but Mills is also trash.
Yeah, but the offense for Texans is just no bueno.
I feel bad for anyone who started a running back for that team, thinking like this. Maybe someone will do something.
Exactly. Maybe somebody will just fall into the end zone. No.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's who I was right about this week.
Gonna tell us you're wrong? Are we doing?
Oh, I thought we were gonna go on.
No, that's fine. I'll talk about my right. I like.
Yeah, go right.
All right. I was correct about Hunter Renfrow. If anyone actually took my advice, that would have worked out for you, because it looks like he's going to be that guy in Las Vegas. I mean, Ruggs and Bryan Edwards are getting enough to, get 8 or 9 points here and there. Ruggs will get a deep ball here and there, and obviously Waller's still going to get his. But I don't know. We saw flashes of Renfrow his first 2 seasons, so just never anything of this consistency at this point. He is kind of working his way into wide receiver 2 consideration. I mean, I'd still keep him as a wide receiver 3 at the moment, but currently wide receiver 23 on the year, 5 or 6 catches in a game, and averaging 7 targets with basically 8 and 9 on a couple of them. So I don't know. Everyone thought this was going to be Bryan Edwards. Everyone that I know is a Raiders fan was like, I'm not that excited about Ruggs, but I think Bryan Edwards is going to be the guy. And he just hasn't. He had that good week 1 where he caught like 3 balls in like the fourth quarter. Ever since it's been, just kind of meh. And I'm thinking here, like, not comparing. I'm just saying this is the way he's been used, is very Cooper Kupp, Julian Edelman, past years Cooper Kupp, not previous or current year. So I was right about that. And I think if you have him on your team, you're at least debating starting him.
He's a hell of a tackler too. So if you're in,
he is. That was a very good form tackle on that.
That was awesome. Pop the ball right out.
Kick.
That was pretty crazy.
Don't play that.
All right, Joe. Who were you right about?
I was right about David Montgomery. As soon as I heard that Bill Lazor was going to be calling plays for the Bears, that's who Montgomery had last year when he scored 7 touchdowns in 5 games and averaged 115 yards a game or something crazy like that. So I was all about it. And then going against the Lions was just icing on the cake there. So I hope you guys started him.
I mean, it's a good point. Bears look really a lot better this week. And it's crazy what happens when you use Justin Fields' strengths, to your advantage. It's just kind of crazy to watch. But Matt Nagy's making a Hail Mary play for his job, and I can't disagree.
While we're doing that, I'm just going to go to my wrong real quick.
Go ahead and go to your wrong.
Yeah, my wrong is Nagy. I thought that he was just going to be bullheaded like he always is and steal the play calling back. And then I thought he was going to name Andy Dalton the starter, which, honestly – would have been really stupid. I mean, we've got Andy Dalton for 1 year. Justin Fields was drafted 12th overall. He's the future. So why would you go back to Dalton and kill this kid's confidence right after he had a good game, just so you can see Andy Dalton, who's going to be a free agent at the end of the year anyway? So it was really stupid. I thought he was going to do it, but he proved me wrong, and he named Justin Fields the starter for the future here. I'm really excited with it. So kudos to Nagy. I talk a lot of shit on you, but you called that one right.
So 200 yards is a good game, and handing the ball off to the running back.
Did they win or not?
Billy, what do you have to say?
Did they win or not?
1 game, dude.
I'm just saying that. I just don't understand why they named him full-time starter after a game where he threw 1 good pass.
What benefit is there to go back to Dalton?
Why continue to say Dalton's going to be the starter and then a mediocre win you're going to against the Lions?
Because he was going to lose the locker room, he was going to lose the fan base, he was going to lose everything if he went back to Dalton.
I am not impressed with Fields, and I know it's part of its play calling, but a passer rating of 53 having a rushing yard average of 3 yards as a fast quarterback is slightly embarrassing. I'm hoping for the best for him, but right now my hopes are not up.
He looks as good as Jalen Hurts does. Sorry.
Well, he look not even that, but he doesn't. He looks better than Andy Dalton, and that's what they're looking for right now. They need somebody who's better than Dalton, and Justin Fields is better than Dalton.
Yes.
I mean, I agree with that, but I just don't understand why now, like, is the time. It's like,
because if Nagy goes back to Dalton next week and they lose, he gets fired. That happens for sure.
Yes.
What happens if Justin Fields goes out there and throws 2 picks and
then it's fine because you know what?
Then you can say he hurt his hand and Andy Dalton's the starter again.
We don't even have to say that. You tried Fields. You did what the fan base wanted. Nobody's going to call for his firing if Fields plays bad. They're just going to be like, well, Fields played bad. Like they're going to go off on Fields, not on Nagy, because at least Nagy tried.
I get it. I'm just saying I didn't really understand the move.
As a career move, it makes a lot of sense. As a football move, it makes a lot of sense. I don't understand
covering of the ass, and
yes,
everybody can appreciate.
It's always smart to do that.
It definitely is. All right, well, I'm going to go on to my wrong real quick because it's pretty simple. I was definitely wrong about Chase Edmonds. You should definitely listen to Josh over me when it comes to Chase Edmonds, and then more like in a bigger picture sense, I'm just wrong about Cliff Kingsbury. I thought he was probably going to be fired pretty quick because I thought the Cardinals were going to look like ass. But you know what? You don't need to be good. You just need Kyler Murray to play like Kyler Murray healthy. And that's how you win in the football and National Football League.
In the football.
I know. I was going to say in the Football League, but
I broke your toy.
In the National Football League, all you need is for Kyler Murray to be healthy and you look like a genius. So I was wrong about Cliff Kingsbury. Wrong about Chase Edmonds. Chase Edmonds went off last week. I thought that the Rams defense was going to give him a little bit more trouble than that. But, I mean, Cardinals just sliced and diced him the whole day. It wasn't even close. So, wrong about the Cardinals in general. Good for them. Good for Kyler. Josh, who are you wrong about?
I was wrong about Bill Belichick. I told everyone that the New England Tampa Bay game wouldn't be good at all, and that Tampa and Brady would just steamroll over the Patriots. And I literally could not have been more wrong. And the game literally came down to 2 field goals, 1 missed, 1 made. And I guess after watching Brady grow for the last 40 to 70 years, Belichick just, knows how to stop him. And he proved that. And honestly, kind of only time you'll ever hear me say this, kind of wish the Patriots were a better team because that would be a really interesting Super Bowl. Belichick versus Brady. It really was everything that we wished for it. I mean, I just assumed Brady would go out there, throw 5 touchdowns and look at Belichick and be like, you should have kept me happy. But it was very interesting and very entertaining. I know some people are like, they didn't score 6 touchdowns, so it wasn't fun. But honestly, that was a good football game all around. I enjoyed watching every minute of it.
It definitely was.
The rain made it that much more intense.
It really did.
It definitely, everybody's conspiracy theory about the Patriots having like some kind of weather machine on their stadium, that didn't help. Just made it seem like that was definitely something that happened.
I'm going to funnel this right into my really here because my really is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. What the hell, bro? You had everything set up for you. You had primetime TV. You had to go in there, wax your old coach's ass, and just take it. I mean, how are you going to pass up that opportunity? New England's got a good defense, but you're telling me you can't even muster 3 touchdowns against them? Like, it was horrible. It was horrible.
The Pats defense is good, though.
They do.
No,
look
they're not
at
as
the
a
receiving talent that the Patriots have, the running backs, the line, the defense, everything. They should have steamrolled them. Kudos to Mac Jones for going out there and playing a good game. Kudos to Belichick. But Tom Brady's my really. I mean, his whole career has been based on these storybook endings on everything. And this was another feather in his cap, and he just blew it.
And he called him macaroni.
No.
It's true. All right, I'll go on to my really. My really is Tennessee. Really? I mean, lost to the Jets. All you had to do, what felt like all you had to do was just run Derrick Henry 500 times in the game, and you probably could have won. But poor Tennessee. Just bad. Playing for a tie as well in overtime. I mean, I get why they did it because in the end, this whole division sucks. So that tie actually might end up helping them in the end. but obviously, the kicker goes out there, misses it. They should be so much better. I hate it. I hate it so much. And I know I'm actually venting part of my only bad fantasy football team this year. I really bet heavy on Tennessee, and they are letting me down left and right. But Tannehill, what the hell? 6 sacks last game against the Jets. Their O-line's bad, but not that bad, right?
I just can't believe that Derrick Henry didn't do anything. He did, but he didn't just take
by volume. He did, but
yeah.
God, it's just
against the Jets.
Bad. Chandler Jones had 5 sacks by himself week 1.
I know, but they shouldn't be that bad. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be that bad. I know Derrick. You should. I guess we should see what Derrick Henry can do behind a good O-line, because if it's this bad, then he is putting forth a superhuman effort. And damn it, Tennessee, damn you, fucked my entire season.
They bought AJ Brown from you.
I know. That's me trading for a future keeper right there. That's all that was.
Fair enough.
I have things to say about that as well, but I'm just going to move past it and get to my really, which is a little different than most reallys that have been this year. And this one's a bit of a gut check on it, but this is what I think is actually going to happen. My really is St. Louis is going to get the St. Louis Chargers. Everyone knows that the Rams moved from St. Louis, and Kroenke, he's the owner, yada, yada, yada. But not everyone knows that there's a current lawsuit pending, because the NFL basically has kept it hush-hush under wraps. We talked about it briefly at one point. But recently, anyway, let's get to it. So basically, it's a breach of contract, fraud, illegal enrichment, and interference in business is what the lawsuit is for. And Kroenke has been fighting to get this lawsuit dropped for the last few years here, since 2017. And their argument was that St. Louis didn't support the team, when in reality, Kroenke wanted to make a bunch of money, and he didn't cross his T's and dot his I's on the way out. And so there's a court date scheduled for January, and I absolutely can't wait to see the outcome. The NFL and Kroenke are going to lose at least $1 billion. Basically, that's the minimum at this point. And basically, this is the news that came out recently. NFL and Kroenke were trying to get the court date out of St. Louis City, because they were worried about it being in St. Louis City. And the judge shot it down and cited their own argument against them, that they lacked community support anyway to keep the Rams in St. Louis. So I wish I was a jury of their peers, but I live in a different county. So I don't think I'll get selected, but I would love to. I don't think they would let me anymore after talking.
I don't think they're going to let anybody from St. Louis be in that, by the way. I don't think.
It has to be.
It directly affects everyone in St. Louis. Everyone would get a piece of that money if they were to get the $1 billion back, because they have to reimburse the taxpayers. I don't think that you allow jurors from potential people getting money.
I say that they can keep the money, just fix the fucking roads.
That's never going to happen.
Seriously.
That's actually another report that came out.
That will never happen.
All right. Anyway, what does this have to do with the Chargers? You might be asking. Let me just go ahead and finish this point. Well, if you watch Monday Night Football and you're listening to a football podcast right now, so I assume you did, the Chargers haven't had an actual home game in years and literally got booed by their own fans or whatever fan base is out there. And I mean, obviously Las Vegas has ties in LA as well still, but basically Kroenke didn't even want them. So he got them kind of as the safety gate because he wasn't sure what was going to happen with the St. Louis Rams. So ipso facto, Chargers of St. Louis 2023, calling it now on the podcast. Fire long-term
the Chargers though, or is he just housing them?
I believe he owns them, but he might just be housing them. He owns a lot of shit. He's a billionaire because he married rich, which is just garbage. He owns soccer teams and the Denver Nuggets, I believe.
I feel like if he kicks them out, that would be the reason that we got him.
They don't want them there. No, like nobody wants them there. Like they're rejecting him basically. Obviously there's people, most of the people that were there probably traveled from San Diego to go there that were Chargers fans. I'm just saying this is a long shot, but this is my best guess at it all. And I will do a long-term fireball bet for anyone who wants to take it. It's basically a gimme.
The long-term fireball bet is that we do get the Chargers.
I say we get the Chargers. One of you guys say we don't.
I'll take the bet.
I mean, I would too. It's very great odds on your part.
I would freaking love that, dude. Chargers are one team I always cheer for.
That
and
is
they got
the
the
team to
best
root
jerseys
for.
in the NFL.
Oh, and I want them to keep the colors. I don't even want them to change the colors to
They just rebranded. I doubt they would.
Well,
best jerseys in the NFL.
Exactly. We just need to keep those where they're at.
I just love the team. Be a team to root for, man.
It would be 100%.
Although Mike Williams doesn't belong in the league.
He could be a good usher at the stadium.
Jesus.